Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter of class 7th NCERT book, that is Electric Current and its Effects. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this lesson. So we started the lesson by understanding the meaning of the word electric current, where I have told you that there are two types of charges and the flow of charges is known as the current. Or in the case of, if we talk about what is the meaning of the word current, current means a continuous movement. It could be of any object. For example, if we talk about the current, or it could be water current, it could be air current. Okay, so here we are talking about the electric current. So here current means it is a continuous flow of charges. So what does this electric current means? It means that it is the continuous flow of charges. Okay, so what kind of charges it could be? It could be positive or negative charges, as we talked yesterday. And I also have told that if we are if we need to flow this current, or this current is flowing, it means that it will be flowing with the help of certain objects. Now the objects, the things, the parts which are necessary for the flow of current, or it is helpful in the flow of current, all these are known as the components. Now where is that current flowing? That current flows in a path. It follows a path, or it flows in a particular way. So that is known as the circuit. So we also talked about the circuit. So what is the meaning of the word circuit here? Circuit means it is the pathway, it is the passage of electric, where the electric current is flowing. Okay, so it is a passage, it is a pathway where the electric current is flowing. So next we have discussed there are two types of circuits. Circuit could be open circuit or closed circuit. Now circuit is made up of the components. We just now talked about it, the components. Now what are those components of circuit? Components of circuit are those which are helpful in the flow of current. Means those parts which are responsible for the flow of current is known as the component, and it is known as the component of circuit. So the components could be drawn either in the diagrammatic way, or we could just draw the symbols. So we also discussed about the symbols of electric circuits component. Okay, so what symbols which we have discussed yesterday? The symbols of electric circuit. So what are the symbols? So these are the signs. Okay, these are the signs which is utilized for making a circuit. Either we have to draw the circuit by using a complete diagram, okay, or we can just simply make this by using the symbol. So symbol is the short way of representation of such a big diagrams which consumes time. Okay, so this is about the symbols, and these symbols are utilized in the circuit, and it is helpful in the it is useful for making a circuit. Now the circuits could be of two types. It could be either open circuit, or it could be a closed circuit. So what do you mean by open circuit? Open circuit means that when the current is not flowing, the circuit in which a current is not flowing. And what about the closed circuit? Closed circuit means it is a circuit where the electric current is flowing. Okay, so we just now discussed that what are the symbols, and I have also told that some of the components which are means most usually used, or which are most commonly used. So this is what is known as the symbols of electric circuit. Now let us see what all symbols which we have studied yesterday. So this was the cell, and if we need to draw a battery, how you could draw using the symbol? You can draw this battery by just drawing a big line and a small line, again a big line and a small line. Okay, similarly, if you, and this could be joined from all the sides. Okay, and you know that this big line is the positive terminal and this small line is the negative terminal. Wire is used we can draw this by a single straight line. And if we need to draw the bulb, how can we could draw the bulb? So this bulb is drawn, the symbol of the bulb would be a circle, then like this. Okay, so this could be the symbol of bulb. Now bulb could be, it could be in on condition or in off condition. So this is off condition, and if you need to make it on, switch it on, then how could you draw this switch on condition? Simply by drawing the light all over, or simply you could draw the light on one side also, that would also be a correct one. So this is an on condition. And we also next we studied about the switch. So what is a switch? Switch is, again, it is a device which is used for making and breaking the circuit. Okay, so this switch is represented by a closed switch is represented by a single dot, or sometimes a single line and two dots could be representing the this switch. Or what about open circuit, open switch? This is shown like this also, and this switch is also known as key. Okay, so this is also known as key. Now we have also studied about these things in a very means I have drawn all the symbols here. Now I would draw a diagram also, which I have drawn it yesterday also, that how to draw a circuit diagram using symbols as well as the diagrams. So what is a circuit? And now the diagram which I am going to draw is known as the circuit diagram. Now what is a circuit diagram? Now you could understand very well. Circuit diagram means it is a diagram which is made with the help of a diagram or a representation of circuit. It is a diagram of circuit which is drawn with the help of symbols used in electric circuit. So this is about the diagram which is used to draw, which we could draw this by just by simply using the symbols which is used in the electric circuit. Okay, now next thing what we need to study here is to draw, how to draw a circuit diagram. So the circuit diagram is equally very important, how to understand how to draw the circuit diagram using the symbols. So what is the use, what is the way by which we could draw the circuit diagram? Just see this. So we'll start with the battery. Okay, battery means it is a combination of cell to give the power supply. After that we will just increase this in the length, which shows it is a wire which is running, and here you could draw a switch also, a closed switch. Then we could use one bulb so that you could easily see the effect whether the current is flowing or not. Okay, so if you need to draw one of the open switch you need to draw, then what you will do? You will just make this like this. This is an open circuit. Okay, so this shows the bulb, these are the wires, and this is a battery. Fine, and this is a key or a switch. Now this diagram is of open circuit. Now what do you mean by an open circuit? Okay, if now no current is flowing here, so we will not draw the arrows also to show the current. Next thing what we will study is the next diagram which I am going to draw again, and I'll show you how this circuit diagram could be drawn if you need to close this. Now once this key is being closed, then what would happen? This key, if this key is being closed, so we'll draw a closed key. Okay, here one bulb could be drawn. Okay, then next is this bulb will be glowing. This bulb would be glowing. Okay, this is glowing. So it means that it is the open circuit. Fine, this is the closed circuit. This was open circuit because the bulb was not glowing, but here the current is flowing from positive to the negative terminal, and this is how if the current is flowing, it means that this bulb should glow. So if the bulb is glowing, it means that it is this is a closed circuit. Okay, so this one is a closed circuit, which I have written over here only. So this is known as a closed circuit. Now what is the difference between the open circuit and a closed circuit? First, the key is this switch is in off condition. Okay, this is in off condition, and here switch is in on condition. Okay, second thing, current is not flowing, no current is flowing. Here current is flowing, which is shown by this arrow, which is moving from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. Fine. Next is that here the bulb will not glow, but in the closed circuit bulb is going to glow. So this is all about the electric circuit, and this is about the open circuit and the closed circuit. So these are the main differences between the open circuit and a closed circuit. Okay, now if you need to draw the differentiation, or you have to discuss about the difference you have to write down between open circuit and closed circuit, you could write very easily, because the key is open here, the key is closed here. So key closed means it is an on condition. If key is open, it means it is an off condition. Please remember this. If we talk about a switch, when switch is off, then this bulb is not going to glow. So off switch is always shown by this open key. Okay, so this open key is going to tell you about open key is going to tell that there is no current flowing in this circuit. So this is all about the circuit diagram, and you could easily understand that how is this circuit going to be helpful, and how this is going to it is going to help in the formation of it is going to help in the formation of the circuit diagram, because here components of electric circuit is being used. Okay. So this was about the electric current, which means it is about the electric circuit. Okay, we have seen the circuit diagram just now. Okay. Now what we will do is we are going to we have seen this is a closed circuit, this is an open circuit. Okay, how we can recognize that whether it is a closed circuit or an open circuit, or the current is flowing or not. Okay, so we can understand, we have already understood now how to draw a circuit diagram, children. Okay, so if you are required to draw a circuit diagram, if it is said that use two cells, what are the things which is required for making a circuit? Now everybody has understood. Now if I give you a question, you have to draw a circuit diagram with the components which I am going to decide. So if I decide to give you use two cells, okay, two bulbs, one switch and wire, how would you draw a closed circuit? So it's very easy. You need to draw two cells, or you need to take three cells. If I say take three cells, then how would you draw? You will simply draw three cells together. It means you will connect this with the help of the wire. Next, you need to draw a closed switch. After that, you will draw two bulbs you need to draw. So you will draw two bulbs. Okay, you will draw two bulbs. Then again it is going to come this side, and the current will flow from positive terminal to the negative terminal. So this is how you are going to show that two bulbs are glowing. So this is the way by which you could draw the circuit diagram according to the question. Now if the question comes, you need to take 8 cells, 4 cells, 5 cells, 6 cells. Okay, it could be in a form of battery, or it is said that make a battery of 4 cells. So you will take 4 cells. Okay, so please take the cells according to the question. Now if you are taking the cells according to the question, then only the circuit diagram would be correct. Or if you need to draw the circuit diagram on your own, or it is just asked to draw a circuit diagram, you could take any number of cells, you could take any number of bulbs, you could take one switch and the wires. So, and label them properly. And please understand that in science, whether a diagram is small or a big, whether it is a simple diagram or it is a very complex diagram, labeling is a must. Okay, labeling is a must. You need to label the diagrams. If you are not labeling it, you are going to lose the marks. So the marks would be only awarded just for the drawing, whether it is, if it is right, then only you will get the marks. Otherwise, 50% or more than 50% marks is going to be deduced because no labeling is there. So we'll just label this circuit diagram also. Okay, so I'll just label this circuit diagram. So here the labeling is like this. So this is a battery, combination of cell. It is a battery. This is a switch or a key. Okay, it could be written as a key. These are the bulbs, and this is a wire. Okay, so this was all about the labeling of your closed circuit. Now, next thing we will discuss is, so this is the diagram which I have made by the desired result. I mean to get the desired result because of the presence of the things which was given in your question paper. Okay, so next what we will do is the reasons. We will see the reasons for a closed circuit. Okay, it's for an open circuit. Now what are the reasons for open circuit? So these are the reasons we will see. So the first reason for open circuit is that how the circuit is said to be open. It is said to be open because no current is flowing. Now this no current is flowing, it means there could be some problem in the wire. Wire might be broken. Okay, wire is broken. Fine. Next, it could be, the reason could be no proper battery or the power supply. Okay, there could be other reasons also. If both the things are correct, bulb is fused, bulb is not proper. Okay, next there could be another reason, a circuit to be open, that could be switch is off. If the switch is off, no bulb will glow. If the bulb filament is broken, no bulb is going to glow or no current is going to pass. And if this current, if the wire is broken somewhere or it is not properly attached, it could be either broken or either it is loosed. Okay, it is in a loose wire. So this could not be all these reasons. These are the possible reasons because of which the circuit is open. Okay, or it is known as an open circuit. Fine. So these are about the reasons for an open circuit. And what is the reason for closed circuit? There is only one reason for a closed circuit. The current is flowing, and the current will only flow when all these things are in a proper order. Okay, in a proper order. Now how you are going to join a battery? This is the task which is given here. So a positive terminal of a battery, for say for example, there are some batteries. You have seen the battery, it is like this. So if so this one is a positive terminal, this one is a negative. Flat one is a negative terminal, this one is a positive terminal. Okay, so this positive terminal is attached with the negative terminal. Okay, so this is how you are going to attach one cell to another cell to form a battery. Okay, 3 cells are there. You could attach again a positive terminal with the negative terminal. So this is how you are going to attach the battery. So this is a attachment of cells. It is a combination. It is a combination of cells to form a battery. Okay, it is a combination of cell to form a battery. Fine. So this is what is known as the combination of cell, which is known as a battery. So please remember that combination of the different number of cells forms a battery. What is a battery? It is going to give you a power supply. So the power supply or the charge, the distribution of the charge is given with the help of the battery. Okay. Now if you need more power, you're going to use more than one cell. Okay, it is very simple. If you need more power, you are going to use the battery. Okay, and if you need less power, for less power consumption, you can use a cell. Fine. So this is what is about. This is known as the use of a cell or a battery. Okay. Now we move on to the next topic, which is given in your NCERT book, that is how these components. So I have discussed these symbols, and these symbols are really very important. Everybody should know how to draw the symbols as it is given there in your book also, and you should know at least these are the basic symbols which is used in a circuit. Okay. So please draw these diagrams, and please remember also how to draw a battery, how to draw a cell, how to draw the wire, then use of your key. Okay, so please remember how to draw all these diagrams. Now next thing what you need to discuss is that you need to see one more. Yes, so here how to make a switch also is given. We can connect the different cells with the help of the battery in the activity. A cell holder is there. Then cell holders are also available in the market. You could use them, but you should always see that how to draw, how to make the batteries which are used in the form of in the inverters, or it is also it is used with the inverters in your homes. So what are those batteries? Or the batteries are used in the cars or in the truck or in the vehicle. So what kind of battery is that? So one box is given there in your book. I'll just read it out, and it will be I will explain that what is being asked and what is being discussed over there. So Paheli and Bujo wondered whether the batteries used in the tractors, trucks and inverters are also made from the cells. Then why it is known as a battery? So yes, it is a very good question which this person has asked. So this girl has asked that then why this cell is known as a battery, because the batteries which are used in the trucks or in the vehicles or in the home also, you are using the inverter, and where that battery is being placed, so that is also known as a battery. Now why? Because it is made up of the combination of cells. So if one cell is there, it is known as cell, and if more than one cell is there, it is a battery. Please remember that battery means it consists of more than one number of cells. Okay. Next is that, can you help her to find the answer for this question? Yes, so this is the answer, that if one cell is there, it is a cell, and if more than one cell is there, then it is known as a battery. Okay, so next thing which you need to discuss is this activity number 14.1, which is given here in your NCERT book, that is the activity number 14.1, which is given over here. So what it is being given here in the activity, let us see. Make the electric circuit shown in the diagram as shown here in 14.7, as just now we have drawn. Then you need to we have also seen this similar circuit in class 6th to make the bulb to glow. Do you remember that the bulb glows? Okay, if you don't remember, just now I have drawn that circuit diagram, and because of that circuit diagram you could easily understand that how can you draw it and how is the bulb glowing. Okay, now let us find out. So you need to copy the electric circuit in your notebook. Okay, I'll just copy it quickly. You have made this, one switch is there, then a bulb was there. Okay, I'll just make the symbol, and the electric current was flowing. Make a circuit diagram using the symbols. Now I have used the symbols and drawn a circuit diagram. Whether it is closed or open, you can decide, because this is a closed circuit, the switch is closed, so this is because of which the bulb will glow, and this shows it is a closed circuit. Okay, now next thing, what is that? It in a diagram similar to one is which is shown here in 14.8. It is much easier to draw a circuit diagram. Yes, of course. See, just now I have drawn this circuit diagram in a very less time, and if I would have drawn a long circuit diagram, for a switch I would have made a diagram, for a battery I would have made a diagram, for a bulb I would have made a diagram. Okay, and then it would have taken long time. Okay, so for the convenience, for the sake of convenience, we can draw the circuit using the circuit diagrams, and it is a very easy practice, it is a very easy thing, because of which you could draw this circuit diagram, and it would be an easy one, so that you could also understand how is this this current is flowing over in the circuit. Okay. Now next thing which you need to discuss is that you need to it is easier to draw a circuit diagram using the symbols. Therefore, we generally represent an electric circuit by using a circuit diagram. Fine. Next, also we need to show another circuit diagram. It is identical to the circuit diagram which is shown over there. Now, what is the difference? So the difference in that, in the first diagram and the second diagram was that one diagram was drawn with the help of the battery, and next diagram is the long diagrams, whereas the next diagram which is being given just below it, that is 14.8, is drawn as I have drawn here in the form of the circuit diagram with the help of the symbols. So thus, for the sake of the convenience, we can use this circuit diagram because of which it takes less time, and you could also write down, you could also tell you could make more diagrams in a less number of time. Okay. So next thing is that notice that a key on the switch is placed anywhere in the circuit. Please remember that these are the points to remember, which you could easily understand, which you could easily see how to draw a circuit. So if you are just drawing it, please notice that key could be placed anywhere. If you are placing it here, then also correct. If you are placing it here, then also it is correct. Okay. So it could be placed anywhere. Fine. Next is that when the switch is in on condition, in the on position, the circuit from the positive terminal of a battery to the negative terminal of the battery is complete. Okay. Now what happens? As this was if suppose that this key was open, then what happens? The current would have flown from here and it would have stopped here because there is a gap in between. So for completing this circuit, we need to close this. So for closing the circuit, it means switch is in on condition. The switch is in on condition. Because of on condition, the bulb is glowing. It means that the current is flowing. The current is flowing from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. And what is it? The circuit is then said to be closed. This I have just now discussed, that when you will call a circuit to be a closed circuit and when you will call a closed to be an open circuit. So when the current is flowing, here in this case the current is flowing, it means it is a closed circuit. When the key would have been opened and the bulb would not have been glown, then it means that it is one of the open circuit. Okay. So next, when the switch is in off position, the circuit is incomplete. So incomplete circuit or the open circuit, both are the same thing. Okay. So please remember these things, that when the circuit is incomplete, it is said to be open, then no current flows because any part of the circuit might not be working. So please remember that there are certain words which you need to understand, that what is the meaning of the word incomplete. Incomplete circuit. What is the meaning of this word incomplete circuit? Incomplete circuit, or it is also known as open circuit. Okay, it is also known as open circuit. Then it is also known as, next it is also known, it is in this condition no current flows. Okay, here no current flows. Then as a result, no bulb will glow. Okay, bulb will not glow. So please remember that this is a very easy definition to understand what is the meaning of the incomplete circuit. What it is, the same meaning which is also known as open circuit. It is also known as no current is flowing because the bulb is not glowing. Instead of using this bulb, you could write any other fan, light. Okay, you could write any other appliance. And what about complete circuit? Complete circuit means it is a closed circuit. It is a closed circuit. Okay, current flows and bulb glows. Okay, so current flows and the bulb glows, because of which this circuit is said to be as the closed circuit, or it is a complete circuit. Now here switch is in on condition. Please remember, and when it was incomplete, switch was in off condition. So no current flowing, no bulb glowing. Fine. So this is all about the things which we have discussed yesterday. We have discussed today. So here with this we have seen what is the meaning of the word circuit, the circuit diagrams and the symbols which we use to draw the circuit diagrams, and then we have also seen the different circuit diagrams which I have drawn here. Then what is the meaning of the closed circuit, what is the meaning of the word open circuit. So this was all about today's video, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed. So that is for today's video. I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic.